Say, my train, yeah, sa program ye, and you may, road accident. I won't abobo, and ye bedino, and you may. Yebeka, and won't send bebre, actually, road accident. I happen a coso or Ghana. I dear to say, a baba ya bia. And no impacre woo accident to move. Essence say, yare, crano, efenipa. Nene, ye were two important persons, our people be ewa. Ye knew more, ebedi who abobo about road accident, you know. Beatrice Asante, oye, chair, NDC, North London, ewa Beatrice. Where there was sister waba in yeah. And now you were Mr. Safo Amuako. Also, or papa, anyone mame. Sadly, just a mede and kaya cry no asaba and so amanaba me reminding about or mamino papa di 2014 or mamino papa echo Ghana omufa VIP almost no kunya accident omuka baby sadly just say me sorry say Mr. remind you Mr. NS Safo Amuako yeah that was sister waba na Mr. NS Safo Amuako enam accident see o mame eno papa de enti no would be why foundation your friend limit foundation or support to accident victims omo Ghana this foundation no support to obia when your accident bia or involved in any accident your car accident ewo Ghana nti na so no obeka ho asem kakra wa welcome ye da wasese waba thank you na uba na ojani ni to say boko ye da wa so let to have and you to abonte yeah nice and then ye beka accident ho asem kakra ye part 2 last week di ho abobo kakra no ma aban eye kwan ya sebre esi ko ene kra no me beba hai na obi say okada sa moto bi crime bi ni no one ba bi koso ake say ho asem no adoso wo Ghana and Minister of Transport so almost no am making some changes so much as here implementing some changes kakra bi e dey ba transport no ho nti Beatrice, I will start with you. You know, with the current situation, I mean, you want me to say it in English, so I will do it that way. Yeah. With the current situation in Ghana, where do you think we are in terms of the transport, the government, and I mean, NDC government was there before Mama period time. People were still complaining, and it was there. I mean, looking at statistics, it shows that Ghana will lose over 230 million a year on accidents alone. I mean, it's a lot of over the past, I think from the past 8 years, we spent over 230 million, which could have helped us to do the roads and other infrastructure to help reduce the accident. How do we move forward from here? And what is causing all these difficulties for us as a country?
Okay, you talked about the roads. I know Muhammad did most of the roads, but I don't see it as the roads per se, because I see it as people driving, people not adhering to the speed limits, people not being able to read. When you look at, because if you can't read a road sign, people haven't got licenses. Do you understand me? People don't understand, don't respect the roads. And I actually look at the sense of accountability by the police. Because when somebody hasn't got a license and a police person stops that person, what do? They take 10 cities and they let the person go forward. Do you understand me? Because if the regulations of the road are being adhered to, do you understand? Even if the roads, but the funny thing is, if the roads, if the people were driving and they were adhering to the roads, you understand me, the regulations on the roads, the accidents would be limited. Because if somebody, sometimes you see a car with a lot of smoke, the car overloaded, there's too many people in the car. In this country, what do? If they stop you and there's supposed to be 3 people sitting at the back?
But this is costing us over 230 million annually.
Yes.
Of dollars.
Yes.
Which is a lot. And if we know all these things is happening, and we had independence in 1957,
Yes.
and this is still going on. So 62 years, and we are still talking about this.
Because we've inherited bad culture and bad behavior. Because that's what I said. The people that are supposed to be implementing the laws, do you understand? Because if somebody hasn't got a license and the person is driving, the person doesn't know that, okay, this is a stop sign. People don't know that this is what we have to do. Do you understand me? So at the end of the day, the way I see it is we're throwing bad money after bad money. So with me, I don't see it so much as a party problem, as a person problem. Because if the last time I went to Ghana, for instance, I'm sitting in an Uber and they've made sure that the cars are up to scratch. Here, every year you have to do MOT. Do you understand me? Every year the roads are done. Things that they do to protect us are done here. In Ghana, it's not done. A policeman who stopped somebody, I remember one of my friends says he got stopped and he was drunk. And the thing the policeman said is, I wish,
it's time?
No, I'm going to say, the policeman said, oh, I wish I could be drunk like you. And he let my friend go. And he doesn't even remember how he got on. And this is the person that is on the street that even if he hit somebody, he wouldn't even remember to the next morning. Do you understand? And the funny thing is, this is a policeman that stopped somebody. The policeman's job is to stop somebody drink driving so that they don't harm themselves.
What about if you don't see them?
No, but the funny thing, if you don't see them, this country, people drink and drive and take the risk. Do you understand me? But you know that when you see a police car, you know you're in trouble. Yes or no?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, it's the regulatory rules that have to be adhered to. Because you can blame the government all you want. But at the end of the day, what are we doing? I do apologize. Okay. So at the end of the day, we can the governments can do their part. Muhammad did his part. He started with trying to construct the roads.
Muhammad did his part. What did he do?
He did a lot of what there was a lot of roads that he did. And the funny thing is
it about doing roads or about road safety?
The roads are part of it. Because if you don't have good infrastructure, you can't drive on those roads. Do you understand me? So with these roads being done, then you need to have the policies implemented. Because if you've got good, as I mentioned, if you've got good roads and the person is drunk, the person hasn't got a license, the car is overloaded, how can you blame the road? You cannot blame the road. Because I bet when probably you were not there, probably somebody will be trying to overtake somebody. Somebody is not even driving in the right lane that the person is supposed to drive, but the person is in a hurry. Here, we've got speed limits.
Despite all the roads that Mama must have done,
yes.
I mean, what I would say is that we still, during his time, his term, we were still losing over 230 million annually.
Yes.
You know, as a country.
Losing it in what sense?
Because in hospital costs and also other, when people are involved in accidents, it costs the country over 230. The reason is that they will take into hospitals and then they have to care for them, you know, and other, you're talking about medication,
yes.
You know, and the cost of paying the staff who care for them and all that, putting them together is costing the country, and it was. And I feel that it's time that as a country, we come together and said, you know, let us do the right things. And what is the right things? The right things is like you were mentioning, you talk about people doing what they are, government making sure that there are policies in place. The policies are already in place. They are not implementing it. On 29th, yes. I mean, Minister of Transport came out, and what he's saying is that from now on in Ghana, we will have 2 people as drivers, you know, with the buses. So you're talking about the public transport. Talking about buses going on long journeys. Okay. Yeah, they will have 2 drivers. They have to have 2 drivers. I think it's a good policy. But the issue is that what about the health matters with the drivers? You know, who will check that? Is there going to be a policy to make sure that these drivers, their health is in good order? And the union that oversees all this in terms of making sure that there are kind of policies in place to make sure that all the drivers goes through, maybe every 6 months or so, a test is done and all that. Are we going to make sure that we do that, you know, as a country?
is it when I say that I find it a bit disconcerting, and the reason why I say that is we have drivers, we have bus drivers in this country that they drive long distances, and they are responsible for their health. Do you understand me? So it's like when you're that's what they're throwing money, they're throwing bad money after bad issues. Because the funny thing is, if you're checking the person's health, the thing about death and health is anything can happen. Somebody can have a heart attack. He can be very healthy and still have a heart attack. The monies that they're spending is not what the issue is. It's making sure that the people that are behind the wheel, they understand, are coherent enough. They've got the right licenses.
We will come to that.
Okay.
Now, I just want to I just want to say this. Please, at here for your stremo, you be a line at home, but for the meantime, you be say Beatrice and Mr. Amwakon etimi kasakakra about the issue at hand and the way forward around it, and in terms of government policy in the idea. I mean, how do you want me to go on with the Tree language or
Man.
Yeah, that was it. At here for Mr. Enesafu Amwakon Olusu or my many or papa in 2014. Omo cry so omo ko Ghana ba na omo amabiem ya rehosem o nuanom so kan ho na because of that and why yes Limit Foundation supporting accident victims in Ghana. Now view ni saying about the air kind
in terms of accident and I say in terms of Mahama face the road
why there wa be kan gina say what ni gina wa abuku ni gina and first of all you say enka obeka o story ne kakra o ma menom de no say how they are obetima kakra obetia kan dey see here say yetiefu obehu anyhow I see I mean where it has gone obetima shase afri kroma say o mo kra mo de no o mo koye and dey see nyina so anka ye kakra man ye da wase
I have for the yetiefu nyina me track a tree e bia dey do e bia na
feel free o person ka English akara English
o person make a tree yes. That's it. On 1st of October 2014, obviously, not me, my movie away from home to me, Costa, my mom and my dad, no more Ghana. So I went to see
Tottenham. Okay, that's good.
Until me call, because now me call crowd, because we could say goodbye, because now I'm more travel to Ghana at that time. So, me call no that me call kana mechi and ma call je mama mechi ai ti me call me ma me grandma me massage e o mechi ti me pie free na me call time me came yes me coffee but me te voice be say what's o ka have ye o mama
call
yeah
okay
so like most of the young guys like my age mates I think say I just ignored it so it's normal. And I'm a coy. That evening there, my coffee, so the next day is where they traveled the next morning. So the next morning, which was the second, and I'm travel here. Usually, I mean, I'm doing my coy airport, but this time not because of working to me. So you're more made that organization for taxi driver be to take them. So I'm a coy. Until a new reno, and I'm afraid fee. It was my sister said, "What mom can so my could do?" And I was saying, "I'm afraid so my could do kotoka."
Okay.
Until I just say new reno.
The airline been a coy.
Turkish airline.
Turkish airline. Okay.
Until new reno, almost set you off alcohol Kumasi. Until this is the conversation. Many have here. Until you run there, maybe we'll fee. Madame for me, booking a PlayStation. It's in a new random, my cojana crime, I bet that dear channel pa, and I'm a housemate, a better case, who brother every show. To say me, brother, if you show me, may or buy fee, maybe sounds so. Now, no, so honest. Now, so are they? Now, say, now, Mary Hoye. Which is Mimi to Albano. Because now I have any birthday party in Tinami Sabia. And also Mary Hoye. And I'm say day. And also mom and dad. I'm saying, what's wrong with mom and dad?
Sorry. Oh dear. Mary, your sister Kitwa. Who sister Kitwa and our friend, which is very sad. Now, Satam na Bob say. Okay.
Okay. But now I think say we are kakra. And I think this was the third, which was the Friday. The Friday na every assembly making. It's on your way to Kumasi na VIP no or more our team no call echo nya accident obviously or more meeting or more untimely death. I mean, I think said the whole Ghanaian community there, I wouldn't know the wanted story now. A lot of people, especially the Seventh-day Adventist Church, the Ghanaian community, I would just say overall, but especially the Seventh-day Adventist Church, through my parents, not also members of the church.
But your 7-day more area being.
Or the Lee Valley Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Okay, Lee Valley.
Which is in Tottenham. It's your honor, not members. Yeah. So the whole family, and then I'm a for a while run, you know, we are supported to get to where we are today. So, you know, when the issue happened, I think say for more money, there were 4 of us, men I'm penny, and I'm banner keto. As I speak now, no, she's or in the final year, this year, graduate. So, this is how far we've come as a family, you know, just within a day where there's no mom and dad, where, you know, we had to pick ourselves up from nowhere. Now, the reason that's pushed me here today, if I can go to that, is, I think if we were in Ghana and this had happened now, I don't know what I'll be doing now.
Yes.
And that's my question to any government. NPP, NDC, CPP, whatever government we have, is, you know, we do hear a lot of talks when there's accident. I remember last year when Ebony died, may her soul rest in peace. When Ebony died, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo set up a committee to come up with solutions where we can curb road accidents. I think the committee has come out with proposals to the government, and I think the government has approved that, and they've given huge sums of money to invest in road activities to curb these. Whether that's going to be effective is another question, because
do you know any of the proposals that they've actually?
So one of the proposals is, so the money is 220 million pounds in Ghana cedis. I think it's 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. Yes. Some of the recommendation they've given out is to give the National Roads and Safety Commission, you know, make that as an authority. And I think some of the recommendation is also to deploy traffic cameras, speed cameras, and some other stuff. How that's going to work in Ghana right now, as a proposal, I doubt that. And then obviously the MTTD to remove disabled vehicles off the road. And the next was also to give the National Road and Safety Commission 6.5 million Ghana cedis to, you know, help in terms of road safety advice and create awareness. But I think I'll have something to say on that. I'm not saying that yet. So so far, this is where I am, and this is the reason why I'm here today.
Yes, thank you. Now, in terms of what happened to your parents, very sad situation. And I understand that you've been to Ghana a few times from then. And you have observed. What are some of the causes to you which is creating those difficulties? Well, I mean, there's been so many successive governments.
Yes.
And then the present government.
I'll just go back to this report I'm standing, because my whole argument will be on this report, because this is the latest recommendation we've had. The committee came out that the lack of indiscipline on our roads is the major factor on all accidents in Ghana. So indiscipline on our road, I believe, everyone knows that. you can go to Ghana, take taxi, VIP, STC. Well, I didn't see so on STC, but most of them commercial ones, the driver is on a phone, or they've got a phone next door, or
next to them.
And also the social construction. The social construction, when we was growing up, is what? When you drink, you drive better in Ghana, which is what? A very bad one. But people still have this perception.
But then that's the job of the National Road and Safety National Road Safety Committee or Commission, whatever they're called. So they should be promoting against drink driving. I know they've been doing it, but if you write "don't drink and drive," I can read it and understand. But my uncle who lives in Achina Krumno, no driver, he cannot understand what that means.
That goes back to education.
Exactly. So the whole idea is education. So yeah, if you ask him, he say, what's the major factor of accidents in Ghana? It's just the indiscipline on the road. And drivers don't really care about the people on the road, apart from their nice car, the V8, or whatever car they have.
How do we move forward from here? I mean, you have seen the indiscipline.
Yeah.
You observe it yourself.
Yeah.
And you think that's the case. Or is there other factors?
I think that's the main factor.
What about
there will be other factors. There will be other factors because bad cars or on wealthy cars, which is cars that may not have gone through MOT or maybe even they don't even have the right minimum thread in terms of tie.
You see, I mean, when cars are setting old and they're still on the road, and we feel that the cars are not fit for purpose.
Yeah. I
mean, in this country, DVLA will call cars in and check themselves to make sure that these cars are they fit for purpose.
Even if you do an MOT, it wouldn't pass, so you wouldn't be able to go.
Do you think that we have reached a stage in our country to say that certain cars of certain age should not be on the road?
I don't think we've reached that yet.
I think we have. We're just ignoring it.
We don't manufacture cars in Ghana.
Then
we only have Kantanka. We don't manufacture cars in Ghana. So how do you determine this car has gone past age, so we don't want it?
You can.
Can you? Take out the population in Ghana. Of the 30 million we have now, how many can afford maybe a 2-year-old car, brand new? How many?
I don't think they're talking about a brand new car.
We're not talking about brand new car.
If you're saying within 10 years.
But if you have a car which is maybe 50 years old.
How many? What car is 50 years old?
You may have a Datsun where you don't see it in. You know, you be difficult to see them here now. But you see
50-year-old car on the road.
And then you may have a car which may be a Datsun by BMW engine in it.
Precisely.
Or other which we spoke about last week,
you
know, about these difficulties. But the thing is that you mentioned indiscipline, and I think that what the government is doing is that the government is pushing this to the people themselves. So what we should also look at is what? We should look at also what the government agencies are doing in support of this. So the people who are responsible for MOT, the people who are responsible for making sure that people have the right licenses to drive is also a factor, you know. Majority of these accidents are happening because do you feel that having, like I heard that the government is saying that Minister of Transport was saying that, oh, we're going to put more, what do you call it, cameras on the road and areas which are more likely that accidents have been happening, you know, through statistics, having cameras there, do you think that is a solution?
You see, having cameras there and implementing that when you catch them, they're going to be penalized are two different things. Because you talked about licenses. There are people that can't drive, and when you go and pay, you get a license. So at the end of the day, you can put cameras, you can do all these stuff, but are they going to implement that the moment they catch somebody, that the person hasn't got a license, the person's car is not roadworthy, are they going to take the person off the road? It's like this country. If the police person stops you, and your car isn't going to MOT, they will let you come out of the car and they'll tow the car away. And then they'll crash the car. Do you understand me? The funny thing is, this is what I keep saying, that implementing laws is more vital. Do you understand me? Because you can have all the cameras. This country, you can have, the last time I got stopped, yes? And the reason why I got stopped was I was late coming from a TV station, and the police were dragging their heels, and I kind of swerved past them. So they thought I was drinking. When they stopped me, I knew I wasn't drinking. So they breathalyzed me, they spoke to me, they checked to make sure that my car was okay in London Bridge. They did everything. And when they saw that everything was okay, they just let me go. But if my MOT had gone, or I didn't have road tax on my car, they would have taken my car. And they think in the town that I was talking about was 2 a.m. Do you understand me? In Ghana, that doesn't happen. In Ghana, the policeman, he give him 10 Ghana cedis, and then he takes it. He sees an overloaded car, and he lets it go. So I believe that any party, that's why I keep saying that, any party, regardless, that's why I always keep saying, I'm Ghanaian first. Do you understand me? Because when I'm in a car, and some people, because when your parents died, the accident, no, I don't think death actually looked at them and said, oh, you're supporting X party, so I'm not going to let you go. Do you understand me? It happened because of negligence on the road.
Do we pay much attention? I mean, Ernest, do we pay much attention to drivers in Ghana who has poor driving skills? I mean, how do we address the problem of poor driving skills? I mean, you've spoken about gross indiscipline, which is a factor as well, by drivers, and unworthiness of cars on Ghanaian roads. I mean, our technical team may show us a car in Ghana whereby the tie, you know, someone have to actually hold the tie to turn it, to make the car turn, you know. I mean, and in cases, there are cases where the brakes don't work, and you can imagine going on a hill, then it start slipping.
You keep rolling back.
And
but
all
don't
that.
they have
it's
cameras?
Very scary.
That's what I'm saying. That, but they have cameras.
So
These are the
having cameras
have in
is
Ghana,
not the
and
solution.
people are seeing this. Yes.
Okay.
So having cameras, do you feel is the solution?
No.
Or this is where we need to look at. So I think that the team needs to go and do more research.
Let's take this UK as an example. We are all drivers in the UK. So we've got our driving license. We go out on the road and drive. So if there's the speed limit of 60 miles an hour and I'm doing 80, even though there's no police, anyone around, what do I know in my head? I know that there could be a police car parked maybe 100, 300 yards away.
Yeah.
Or there could be a speed camera set up somewhere hidden that I can't see.
Yeah.
But this is to go back to Ghana. I mean, recently I went December and driving on the Sprinters Road.
Which Muhammad did, yes. There you go.
I don't want to be political. I'm not
No,
here to
No, you can still say, but he still did the road though.
I don't want to.
Feel free to talk.
I'm not here to defend NPP
No.
because I'm not part of the communication team of NPP.
No, but
Yes.
if
So I'm
something
here
is
on my
said
But
own.
you're still a
that you
Ghanaian
need to
person
voice
supporting.
it,
But what I'm
voice it
saying
out,
is the
yeah.
Sprinters
Okay.
Road
Feel free,
that you were
yeah.
driving
Okay.
on, wasn't it done
I
lovely?
don't know.
So when you
I
drove,
mean, we
were
have
there
US
bottles on it? No, were there bottles on it?
Well, there was no road markings on Sprinters Road.
But what I'm saying is,
I'm
yes.
coming to where he
Alright
stopped
then.
me.
Feel free
Alright, yeah.
and talk, because I mean,
No, I just want your viewers to know that I'm not here as an MPP person.
yeah,
Yes.
if you feel free,
Yeah,
I'll say.
but
so
there
that-
might be, if she's gonna obviously come in like that, I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
start
you
defending
can.
Yes.
somehow.
Yes.
But I'm just saying that driving on the Sprinters Road, he stopped me. That I was driving on the
Who did?
on a hard shoulder, and I asked him,
No, so who did? Who stopped you?
policeman.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, police.
Okay.
And I asked him, where's the hard shoulder? He said, you are driving on the shoulder. I said, where show me the hard shoulder, because there's no road markings for me to know where the shoulder is. And he kept on insisting, and I said, listen, you're gonna waste my time. From there, I just knew, what is this policeman going to do to me? Because let's assuming that I've broken that law, I've caused the traffic offense. So I've breaking that law. What, as a driver, I didn't know what are the consequences for breaking that law that the police stopped me. So what he had to do, or what I know is, or I'm gonna have to give him money, or he's just we're gonna be here the whole day. So I just went on and be like, come on, man, what have I done? You know, I'm not. So he went on, and he said, you know what, you're under arrest. I'm gonna take you to the station. So he took me to the station. He took me to the station. we sat there, they're going to take me to court. I said, listen, I'm ready. You guys proceed and take me to court. But it went on for 3 hours, 3-4 hours. And then the question is, okay, what is the law in terms of me breaking the law as a driver? And this is my question to all the drivers in Ghana. I think that if you eat 100 drivers, I think that 90% will not know, say, police need to know cause offense. This is what you face as a driver for breaking that law. At that moment, I didn't know. So I had to pay something so I could go. But this is what clicked me. After I paid that money, he put that money in his pocket.
There you go.
And then I just questioned myself that day. I said, why is the policeman saying I'm breaking the law? I said that. But why has he taken my money and, you know, dipped that money in his pocket? So the police on the road are obviously pocketing money not to protect the law as they should be. Because I'm only saying that here because in the UK, I mean, it's very hard to compare the UK to Ghana. So I don't want to do that. But when you go to Tanzania,
it will help us to
when you go to Tanzania, which is close to our vicinity, they are doing something similar where they've introduced spot fines, where, you know, when the police stops you, you have to pay by mobile money. So this also stopped the police from having those money in their pocket. So maybe in the future, as a country, maybe we can start looking at what that country is doing.
So do you feel that, I mean, we are prioritizing as a country other needs and ignoring what actually matters?
We are, because what did your parliamentary do after that incident? We paid a minute silence to New Zealand victims until obviously the media stopped bashing them, and the next day there was a minute silence reserved for those who got killed in the Kintampo and Central Region accident, where how many people died. So yeah, as a country, we don't prioritize the safety of passengers or safety of road users on the road, and I would
and it's costing us.
But
so
it's
do governments, I would say, take too much responsibilities and want to do in terms of prioritizing the country needs? Do they get it wrong? Because considering that this road accident has been going on for over a decade. Decades. And it's still going on, and we're still talking about it today. And this is why we're doing programs like this, to kind of
bring an awareness
to the community, to say, you know what, enough is what? Enough. I mean, considering what we're talking about, prioritizing, also when accident happen, the way we treat accident, people who are involved in us, I've seen people even videoing them while they're there, you know, people are in pain and others are stealing from them and all that. How do we move forward from all this?
Well, you want to go in?
Because with me, and I still go back to what I've been saying, the people that they're supposed to be monitoring and be adhering to the law are not doing it. Because as you said, when the policeman took your money from, because he wasted your time, and you realized that it wasn't about you taking to court.
You waste my time.
And the funny thing is that the most infuriating aspect of it is he probably would have sat in your car and taken you to the police station because he didn't have a car of his own. Do you understand me? He would have wasted 3 hours of your time. Do you understand? And at the end of the day,
I will put you on the spot.
Yes.
And Medoba to sport.
Okay.
Why are we not doing anything about policing and bribes all this time? Because we know say creative problems for the country. Yes, still no. We are still having difficulties. Why
you know when Kennedy Japan says who's watching the watchman? The funny thing is the policeman that you're reporting to, the boss is taking bribes. So at the end of the day, you're not going to get nowhere. You understand what I mean though? Because when you went there and you had like when you went to the police station and you said, okay, let me see your boss or let me see the person in charge, and probably the person would have said, oh, we're going to reprimand.
Sorry, we will let you continue. But you want a friend, not free.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Mr. Robert, hello, radio look at Krawa.
Your friend and I are and it's not being a crowd program was and what is that problem? Because so the accident you could be panel. I have a I catching out one. Omani, any opinion, and any more. Omani can't be any Kobe because so many before now. It may just say, the papa, it is that program in the meeting papa. Now, who can send the first and the rabbi is your own family, the Mahama did.
Me bachelor, your friend. Your friend Beatrice Asante. Miss Beatrice Asante.
Because almost not done 27 years, it's quite so a cool nipa. So my Mahama did Mahama said to me, yeah, Bessie, assembly that one. We are the solution. The reference accident to be done. Because much not done 27 years in power. Always be a quite back so me, where did and I was the bad time.
Beatrice.
You know what she said is very infuriating because she knows what Muhammad did. Do you understand me? She knows the roads that were done. The funny thing is we are not talking about just the roads. We are talking about how the political aspects, we're talking about how the laws, do you understand me, can safeguard the drivers and the people on the road. Do you understand me? Because Muhammad started with infrastructure, yes. But now, as we were talking initially, if she's going to come, you know, Kofi, if she's going to come on the show and she's going to be obnoxious, then there's no point for her to come on. Because if she wants a solution, do you understand me? This is where we're going by. The policies and the laws have to be regulated. And the police people, when you say the bribe, because you initially asked about bribery, because if the police people that take money are penalized, do you understand me, or they know that they're going to be reprimanded or they're going to lose their jobs, it will make it easier for police people not to bully people. Do you understand me? Because when he went, because for instance, there was one time too that I was the car that the guy that I knew was driving the car. I didn't even realize he didn't have a license. When they stopped him, he just went. When I was challenging the policeman, the guy was going, "No, leave it, I go and see him." And when he came back, he said, "No, I had to give him 20 Ghana." And the funny thing is, I got so upset with him that I had to let, the moment we go home, I had to find another driver. Do you understand me? Because I felt my life was in danger. Recently, when I went to Ghana, there was a car that I sat in.
Hold on, Beatrice. You're very more to us. But you want a friend, not free. Oh, hello, Nana. I cheer for better baby area of free. Okay, but your contribution can be make any question, Biana.
But if I ask them that they don't get it, believe what? I come from the river. Then for the time of the brother or way, a year of you. So I do. The police, they can follow the guy everybody. They can't get what they can, I get them. A few tomorrow. Who declared to a Ghana? Say a challenge to the Ghana. What I get the Ghana and stop with them. A very moving medical.
That's correct.
Can't you see? I get them one whenever. Because I like to have a compare. As long as they come, not please them. What's happening to them? Only Ghana. See, I keep on this city. It's Mr. B8. And let's speak better than walk. Hey, what's the idea? If you want a form more than 6 I can go. I don't get it. And so one part is analysis to the one. And so kind of VIP to Mr. V8 to what they are. I have to the level. Every car can't miss you when you bring that new. Because speed and airborne are holding. Why not check it out? Speed limit is one exit. They can't get that. VIP station where you're born. I'm very fast to get the speed, after the 50. So we go to Monday after 3 hours, how you 6 hours left. Let's get you able to another quarter. A few another year, and this is only never to so I say, William, I I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Actually, I'm not going to see her. Then it's a woman on board. I just have to get you most of the time. Oh, we know how. Number two, you would say a father and yet a father to any year for. Don't you own good discussion. It's a father for the young and foreign. And yet, father, a year to you. Then we want to come up emphasize for a 4 lane. When you're away of the there's so many cases, I don't know. I think it's to them, so be a devil, and a girl, a man of my life, it is a good program, not on for our woman. And a good thing that I can't became very good to home, from Popota of this family, a father idea 2, a father idea 1, but the dear Nikima, if you're fighting to go, and we have 24/7, so they are alien free. Let's live on the street line, and try to find to
Yeah.
People are here, Canada. Yes, we put that word into her, and so far, we confront that word, every 2 hours. I think that's the matter. Who will move a reference? Who will move some more property of Pardo? And so for them, I confront that word, and so for any news and report that word. And then kept on moving that year. Then we will go some every 2 hours, and you'll get a jack here. But anything here is a jacket. If I land I want to home for land. Oh, good. And how to defend the land is a girl. Or you invest a car or sorry, or you be here, make life amount. The two ways that I got a half for it. Good thing also. I might be a come up around you. One of my pockets and always make them out. Then if I want to pass, if you practice the table tour or don't go to Monday, okay, in the basic. Oh, they will do like a say. They will do like a money, they will give it to the area. I need a drink I see the rest of them. You're going to say you may be a couple of miles. In the NDC and NPP, there is a couple of other time. It is a time.
Yo, yeah, that was it. Now, the ever can say that political side, you can't ignore it because government make policy. And also no party. We are there, Ebeba.
I said, no, a fire belongs to the area. NDC Abaco, NDC Abaco. They say NDC, NDC. NDC fine. NDC is a fine NDC. But now the power is to 21. And I already campaign. And I found my young and invisible road. I found my finance. NDC wanted to make a point. NDC was never. Let's go by a little power. I found out now we are the time. As
a country, as I say, a pequia, you bet me invest in near resources, sika funds, free taxing, a year castle. Neddy, a bit me improve your rules, with good policies in place. It is the same, as a country, only here. What do you say? Current system is not working.
What do you own about it? You pay for your own roads. You pay for council tax that goes towards the road. So
yeah, that was it.
Where is the every asset everything because kind of better anyway I put limit. Well, I fight out for kind. Put limit Ghana.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it. Nana Poku free North London. Thank you very much, Nana. Why? You're Kasa. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Maria, technically, we shouldn't be NPP NDC.
Yes.
Because about 2014, I don't know what government.
Oh no, you're still playing.
2014, I don't know one president. Oh Ghana, Bibisa Pacho. Mama. Accident, no. The mama and papa lose some life. No, they are paying from Accra to Kumasi. Say quantity soon to 2 years, and I saw you 2. Okay, so I'm just saying that Mahama time. The accident involved that my parents me no pastor here. Just last week, similar accident that happened. I knew so about 80, 90 and so. So both parties, we shouldn't use it as a tool for political points.
But that was the point I made initially.
We shouldn't. But what happened is, what is the learning from it?
The American kind of say 60% of accidents that cause to Ghana is due to speeding. This is according to the Transport Ministry. Yes. On the National Road and Safety Commission. So if it's due to the human error there, then it means education. It's not maybe my road. It's not maybe because they're not Nana Puku cases here. If Obiti any amount of driving license, we know Chroma Craby waha. But your Nippanaji license now on drive it to say will be out to Ghana. Official road near Nadia into obey. Why? Because when you say of course say any offense police ebenyano. Yes. But as long as that deterrent is not there in Ghana, then it's very hard to fight indiscipline on the road. So unless the police will say, or the whole Ministry of Transport to say, if you chill for an offense, there's a spot fine. Say there's a law in Ghana for that. There is a spot fine. I think that's the Road Traffic Act or something. LI 197. I forgot 157.
Yes, there is a spot fine.
There is a spot fine. So it's not being implemented. But 2013 there was a workshop to say how that would work. But 2013 so obviously we know who was in government.
But I just told you, so we're not doing it.
I'm not doing the politics. I'm just saying since that.
No, but you're making the point that I made initially. No, hang on a second.
You've not even let me finish.
No, but what I'm saying is, you're making the point I made initially.
I'm just saying from that point, and this government came in, no one has touched that idea. So I'm not saying to take a dig.
Okay then.
So I'm just using.
No, but what I'm saying is, you're saying exactly the same thing I'm saying though.
You're not. Now you.
No. I was saying that I am Ghanaian first. Do you understand me? And because the laws are not being adhered to and they're not being implemented, that is the reason why. Yes.
The idea is, no driver will go out there to kill anyone or to cause an accident. No driver will do that.
Well, it depends.
No driver.
No, well, it depends. And the reason why I say it depends, because when you drink and drive, you are not in the right state of mind to be on that road. So, because if I go out and I've got a knife and I'm saying, I'm taking it to protect myself. Yeah. Do you understand?
But you're not
when something happens and I do it, if I didn't have that knife, I wouldn't have done that. And if I was drinking, yes, you understand me? My brain is not in the, sometimes road rage. Sometimes you're not even drunk. Yeah. Do you understand? You're not even drunk. But somebody cuts you. And the way that you get so upset, do you understand me? Makes you react. That I can give somebody saying, I didn't go out there to go and do something. But the moment you drink, your perception is impaired. Yes or no? Yes. You understand what I mean though? So what I'm saying, yes. So of course it comes, that's what I keep saying, the human error. Yeah. So you're saying,
how do we get rid of that human error? But you started your whole debate on saying.
Oh, no, he asked a question.
Oh, okay.
No, he did ask a question that what has the government done? And I said what we did is we started from infrastructure.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even though you disagree, but that's one.
Wow.
Yeah. So what I was saying was, now we're looking at the laws so that they get implemented. And as it's happened to us, that when a policeman stops you, what the policeman is supposed to do is said, okay, you've broken the law. I'm going to give you a ticket. Do you understand me? To actually make sure that you don't do that again. He takes that money and he pockets that money. And not only did the policeman waste your time, you didn't have an avenue of saying that I'll go to the police station, I will see your boss and report this man. Do you understand me?
Oh, I'll pay you.
You understand me? That is not there, and that is what we have to regulate.
What we need to do
because the funny thing is, if even you decided that you weren't going to pay, you would have gone to jail. And 3 days down the line, they wouldn't have taken you to court, and you would have still ended up paying more monies. And you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, all those laws and all those implementations, the government, whichever government is in power, have to make sure that a policeman, because there are cameras that catch these policemen, do you understand me? That you see them taking monies. So you can go and show it to them and they'll still turn around and leave it.
Before we wait for the East government to implement these laws we're talking about, our program or this program, or we should have programs to, advise drivers, because you take your own responsibility as any health and safety,
place. People kind of almost take his advice, people go for it.
Yeah, but
we live a nipano omaso and so on.
But that's the human nature.
And the same government heading a nice form. Making sure
and the authorities,
the police, maybe per se, yenya bibia ebetimi ama police for no who monitor them when they are doing these wrongdoings to kind of bring us to a stage say at least yashas here monitor police who also take bribes and discipline them. Yes. And what sort of discipline do they need? And because
losing their jobs.
And the one yet Sadiana Omunjai Nipa no ono why na adwin say no obey because he joined the force for that. He oko quick back obenyeska no obey family because obenyeska no timi on the well live big or some because why are they doing it? Nipa no nya na adwin so obe change and the government needs to come up with a strategy to help because if say as a country no say you spend to over 230 million annually on these road accidents in India. Something needs to be done. And also we need to look at when accident happen, first aid. One thing is that there was a time now who said accident happened in Ghana. I could see said none of the people they have any knowledge about first aid. And it's important. You know what? The more money we spend in this awareness and helping people to support each other will reduce death. Because it could be something simple, cry. Nipa say baby see a pejano. Me who so be a prani say baby see a pejano cry. I didn't go to care man. As say no. Only people nobody know what we buni sisi. I know what couldn't cry yet.
But I know my cousin died that way decades ago. That when he had an accident on that Takraji road, they lifted him up and apparently the blood drained into him. Because his neck, like here, the moment you have an accident, they put something on your neck to stabilize your spine. Yeah. And as you say, those are things too that need, like here, when an accident happens, they say, wait for the ambulance, wait for the paramedics to come before all this stuff is done. And these are all the stuff that has to be put in place.
But I think they're there, but whether they work in, that's another question. Because you have the National Road Safety, I'm trying to get the name right.
Yes, National Road Safety.
Yeah, Commission. So they do have a setup. Yeah, they do have, I think, a first aid thing they've set up as part of the implementation that they had. Whether, in terms of that, how the Ghanaian public even knows about this in Ukraine, we don't know. Because I have never seen it. If it wasn't that I went online to read the report, I have not drove past any of the first aid stations. But apparently, we have a first aid station somewhere on the Accra to Kumasi High Road. So I think it's somewhere in Joshua.
What I'm talking about is also educating the community and having centers. People can go willingly to learn. Going to university, first aid, go to schools, colleges, workplaces, and first aid na training just for an awareness. A chroma say will be could be or epileptic and I say I experienced that episode within short period won't say obi crow na money or public me assist that person in Ghana it's very difficult. All the it's no money will bring an awareness. I know the Minister of Transport, Mr. Kwaku Ofori Esiama, I make on 29th, make is some implementation and I say some ideas to be by. I would say it's now all transport be Ghana in terms of buses say emergency exit here because the Kintampo accident happened more recently. Now you need Sadiano. Why own them? How long has it taken us to reach this?
But yes, I think from what you read, so I read the same thing where he introduced that there will be speed limiters across commercial vehicles. It's about time. Accident in Ibikrana too scary. I think say your technical team be by too scary. Oh, say Kintampo there. What was the state of the VIP just say what was the state the condition just say city oh get a jackrato another heat a problem. So accident
no seat belts.
No all these things, no seat belts and those things. It's
no
not
seat belts. Sometimes there's two people sitting.
They don't wear it.
There's two people sitting in the front of the car, and there's another 4 or 6 at the back. That's part of overloading. So the funny thing is, the car has been structured to carry a certain amount of weight.
But do you think, say, the way accident happen with your chromono? To be honest with you, and I will share area to area sebe tie for mo nyina mo mama ni call area to area sebe accident ni say happen na oh do answer driver we you say most areas for example BIP say more inspectors ni ade bebre ho no say unipa no kra once obe free on ya bressalize o me won say we fit to go on the road and they say they have to take that responsibility no within omono wa wo je wa be business na wo no him say VIP one wo you trade union any other almost support to almost transport union almost support to these people no say almost making responsibility say because of the amount of accident happening no and I say on the road crowd police crowd betimi I say man say on the road no police on the spot boom you better
because Ochoa there no obey
so you lost confidence in the police force.
I haven't now don't use that word
because also the police I'm
just saying that
certain cultures have been inherited.
The law is there but it's not being enforced for the police to or for the public to even have that confidence to say the policeman has stopped me from driving dangerously and I'm gonna get fined maybe 2,000 Ghana cedis. As long as the public doesn't have that fear. I mean, what's the words? You see him, give him 500.
So long as you've got money,
doesn't mean I've lost confidence in the police.
It's just that the laws have to be adhered to.
It's not deterrent.
But you bet my lower where you kakra mai. But you want a friend, not free friend. Yo, manenko. Yo, yeah.
Okay, this one is a kind of thing. You look at me now, yes, Papa. When I was sending Pana a 2 morning, the way you are doing the mindset, no more coming. So, no more, Omuka cannot get out. For example, for Bukati. I was at the Abaya and so, did it check it? And if I go out, if you say, my nearby okay, did you say? They say, I never can never drive a beer spare driver. So, driver no problem, I don't know. But was here checking, Nipa Oka car, someone with a car, number of people was a car offer. That's what offered for 20. Well, not over 40. If you make me a walk out yesterday. And then you know, thinking before better than now. I don't know, covered to me. Yeah, when they say the father brought a car offer, say no balloon. Yeah, no driver now, Wakano. So, who says also, would you go for my father? That's all said. Nothing, son, I don't know. I find it when you go and say, Ghana, do it here. Long tracks, the cars I can send in corporation. But Ghana, there, I'm a pro, and road. That's the question I think in an council. Nina, about what you might have been now at the outside, or the two of me one another, so will be. I buy a nickel, no man, yeah, why. Oh, no, many more in Alpha. Oh, my demand for food, oh, my dinner, one man about it in them, in the first of all. In the first one, so what if you run to get to my hammer, so you won't do so. I want to try to see a young young at a papa man and never will never. It's often yourself. Me and nobody has a customer and another one, then you go to the trap. Or may maybe just one more beer tissue. Well, when is your tour about to give you? Because if I'm fighting, who will with you? There's a similar, without anything also here. So now I'm watching. I was there with so to the power of that's the one to get to about to. Because that kind of funny enough because what you're going to have so. After this year, when you come home, wake up, I do my happy. It is time. Second, a regular who is important. About 4 weeks here, all family to go my end. In 9 years will be right. That was the power. You know, I see the you know, I say. A tier for I program here, Mutie, Omega Live TV, and I'm here. Now, Omega Live TV is sponsored by Omega House. Now, Omega House, normal be brave. Flyers, posters, folded leaflets, brochures, booklets. So, who ye, and now we party. Now, say, we hear any video, and I say, open photos, and I be and I say invitation cards, and it's a normal now, a bit my amount. Or, be a postcards amount, a bit my complimentary cards, invitation cards, greeting cards, and I say gift items be a person. Now, number, so person friend, number, no be 0208 520 3359. 0208 520
3359. And as one making good point for her, now meaning say and I bring it back memories because due to parents they happen any also project and the support to person the support to Ghana community. I was see how the yes adian. Yes you know and then you say your problems and your one area. In fact, so many dimensions. And the government will a lot of work to do. Now, no, in terms of funding and how do you get money to support all these things? Yenyeska estimated spending over 230 million cost say accident this year. So why have we left this all these years? Now yentimi enye bibi en reduce our cost. And I think said Juliana, no mention Juliana, Eka say yemfa nipa ntumu no. I think they say a shas here cheap police for now face responsible people are omo positions na omo you know e kroma say we penny now when you wadjuma ya dey you di motu you freeze that position na we free because we nye ni so how do we kind of bring a system of say yema award because this normal atimi akọ down but name no wo dey o buy no normal nko yeti you we free there dey obi obetima ya adjuma na ba.
Okay. Okay. You see, as we've been saying, you see the thing about our regulatory. Sorry.
No. Go on.
Okay. The way the thing about regulatory stuff is, it's not about giving awards. It's about putting right people in the right places for just to be done for accountability. Here, with all the accidents that's happened, they'll find what the cause of the accidents are, what precipitated it, and then find a solution to it. Do you understand? One of our major solutions, you know, I was saying prior that you're saying that how can we get the monies? We pay for our own MOTs. We pay for council tax. We pay for other things that puts money into the system. Do you understand me? Even now we've got policies in this country that if your car is above a certain like if your car is like certain liters and stuff, you pay more road tax. Do you understand me? Those are monies that they can actually
the current government have done that.
Else. All these monies that are collected, you understand that these bribes that police people take, if they were fines and they went back into the transportation system or they went into all this policy making and then they were enforced, we would actually move forward. But the funny thing is when we get certain amount of monies or the laws are made and they're not implemented and the monies are not going back, that means the monies are wasted. And then we still turn around and then we're still borrowing more monies. And this is what has to stop because we need to save lives. Do you understand me? At this current stage, when I go to Ghana now and I'm sitting in the car, I'm scared. Because you see a motorbike just pass by or a car smoking pass by. You don't know what the person in front of you is doing. Mr.
Kenneth Kwame Bedu is saying that Kofi, the issue is the mind set of the Ghana, especially commercial vehicle drivers are so serious. Come to Ghana and try driving on our streets. Same way police. So they also blaming police. Too bad. But Ghanaians knows that police are an issue, but then we are not taking anything. Then yes, the other ones, you know, road accident. Your technical team, by we say, condition, is so bad. We no matter. ACC no. This is the time I feel there. We are at a crisis state as a country, and the government taking note to say, at the moment, you know, and no man yet right for us in terms of road. And your concentration, any BBI effort as a community, you know, let us all put our energy towards this situation. Because the parents, Ube free fear so Ube crash or you say the NS parents say Omo call Ghana ba. One Drufie. No, all them children. I am very sad. This is the time as a country. Let's see a band here but together. We had Mr. Kenneth Kwame Bedu can say exactly the police stand and watch. Police Omo Jina send no man in cost opening. Unim se car sitting yet as no more Jina. Can't watch this Canada show bottom. Moda. Yes. Moda. But who do we blame here? Why do you blame?
Papa, you keep, I think we keep going back to that. You see how you're aiming to the police.
Not only the police.
My question is, police stops you for committing offense. apart, we know there's.
I'm reading what they are saying. They say Richard Donko say blame all this on the Ghana police.
Yeah, but what this is what I'm saying. So you have the police, and I've committed an offense. Yes. What is the law? Is it to take me to court for prison or community service, or to give me a spot fine? What is the law on that? I've not. Yeah. We want the legal people who looks into those transport to come to us to say, as a driver, if the policeman stops you for committing offense, this is how much you have to pay, or let the policeman would have to take you to court. Because at the end of the day, you're saying the police. The law is whoever gives the bribe and whoever takes it are both committing offense.
Well, we said this.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like I said, so if the police stop me from doing that, what I got no other way. As a driver, I do not know any other avenues I can get away apart from digging into my pocket.
And they're not obeying me.
What is the law on that
front? On that front, what I would say, when a policeman stops you, his role is not to be taking money from you.
It's to do what?
On the spot fine.
It's not. It's not implemented.
Hold on. It's not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's supposed to say, okay, you have what driver badly.
Yes.
And therefore, we didn't follow the rules and regulations on the road.
Yes.
And therefore, work also traffic offense.
So what happens to you?
In Ghana, this is what normally should have happened. One, lances. So supposed to be taken, and you're supposed to be taken to the police station, and then they make a decision there if it's a matter that needs to be followed up to the court, or it's a matter that they feel that they can discipline you, which makes it sense there. Yeah. But to me, I know cases. I know cases where instead of police following it up, the transport police following it up, what they will do is that they will seize that car there and say that until they feel that.
How many cars have been seized for that?
They don't do it. This is what I'm saying. In the end, they will take the car. Then in the end, they will give the car back. They will see the car.
Fault. It's
what it is? There is a loophole,
or we're not using it.
There is a loophole on the system, and what needs to happen as a country for us is that the transport minister needs to come out and make it clear in terms of making it to the public. More responsibilities, and if you commit offense, the consequences for that offense. And then the police themselves, the transport minister needs to also make the public know the power to the police and what they can do, and making sure there are sanctions in place if you say commit offense. But however, what is happening here is that we are concentrating on areas outside of the areas rather than kind of digging and facing
when
the
situation. When you say we're concentrating on the outside of the areas, I don't get that. But
what I meant is that as a driver, the first thing is that, one, do you have insurance to be on the road? Do you have MOT? What cars do you pass your license of? Is it manual or automatic? Okay. And what cars you can drive?
So that's your license.
Are you a PC? Your license? Can you drive a bigger vehicles or larger vehicles like buses and other things, trucks? Because Obibetuma can pass, which you are PCB, but you may not be able to drive a truck. Yeah. So we need to concentrate there first and make sure that every car that goes out, lances. If you don't have MOT, if you don't have insurance, if the vehicle is not fit on the road, like having MOT, then we need to address this. Then the next step is what? The next step is also looking at the policing aspect of it. And when you commit offense, for example, I say, what could speed? You get points on your lances. What punishment do we give people? It's not clear. Many people don't know.
Exactly.
Many people don't know what punishment if say Oko speeder. In Ghana. In Ghana, yes. A lot of them don't know. And what I want people to also understand is say in particular, Obia Ofri Abrochira Omuta free Abrochira Omokono. Yes. Say Ufria Nauko no more driver. How do you feel? Do they think of all these things?
No, they don't.
No, but they know better.
It depends.
They don't. That's what I'm saying, that we've inherited a bad culture, which we're still going by. Because as we've said here, when a policeman stops you, for the policeman not to waste your time, what do? You dip into your pocket and then you give him the money.
Yeah, because you don't know.
Because that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But the funny thing is, even if you know and you're still challenging him, he's still going to tell you That's so now you're arguing with me. So if you don't want to go, then I'm taking you to the police station. Do you understand? You get there and the same problem. And the funny thing is you have no authorities to actually discuss that with. You don't have anybody on top to say that, oh, I'm going to report that person and that person will lose their job, or that person will be suspended, or that person, because that person feels that that is his or her territory. Do you understand me? So you have no power. So it's like you have to toe the line. You cannot go there and say that, okay, the policeman took money from me, or the policeman did this to me, so I'm going to go and find somebody and report it to, and then you get an ear. You're not going to do that. So you either to adapt to that culture. So now the government has to sit back and say that, you know what, the people are dying. The laws that we have in place, let's start implementing them. Let's start saving lives. Do you understand me? So sometimes it's not so much as the police, as the people as well. Because if we were petitioning, you know, like this country, when something is not going right, we petition. If like we take a petition, and you know, like the organization you have now, if you decide to say that, you know what, my parents died, these are the things that I found out, let me get 1,000 people to petition, this is what has happened, then probably we can see whether the implementation or anything to do with these laws are implemented correctly. Do you understand me? Because as much as sometimes we can sit here and talk and we can say this is what we need to be done, I think we have to take action.
Okay, but just to come back on that, I think I was speaking to my uncle over the weekend. So we're going about a similar case, and then I think so they got to the police issue like we're just talking now, and he advised me like, if you want to campaign for road safety, stay away from the law because it's gonna frustrate you. He's saying that because he gave me one example. If there's V8 coming. And there's this driver speeding, and the policeman stops that driver, and then you know they open the back window, and then they see it was maybe one of the MPs. The policeman would just do yes sir, and then wave off. Yes. Why? That's my question. Yes. Is so the fact that we are blaming the police, we as people, we hold people highly in those positions as they thank God. If I use Canadian Japan's words, thank God they think they are the best people. But at the end of the day, if it's honorable chairman or whoever it is, they're still their driver has got duty to be responsible on the road. Doesn't matter who's behind, who's sitting behind, whether it's former President John Mahama or Nana Akufo-Addo now. So we as a Ghanaian citizens or as the whole general, we don't take certain aspect of our laws, or we do favor certain people because of their positions. And as far as that I'm aware, we cannot blame the police. But there's only small things that the police can do. How much could they do if those lawmakers are not giving them the right tools to fight those things?
So if, for instance, in your view, police is taking bribes, and now they know that the car is not fit for the road. I mean, we had a car that maybe our technical team will put that car for people to see, whereby you actually have to hold the ties to kind of turn it to make this car move.
Which is not roadworthy.
It's not roadworthy, and these cars are on the road. You know, and you know, police are taking bribe to then turn a blind eye for these cars to go. Yes. And then accidents involved.
Yeah, but the question is, what happens? What the police are taking bribe? Besides them not taking a bribe, what should they do legally? I mean, the law. What is the law applying to those offences? What should happen to that driver? No, the law doesn't
say they should take bribe.
The owner of that.
Yeah, normally it would be to seize the car. Normally they will take your lances. Yeah. They're supposed to take your lances and take the matter to court. And maybe and then you will get like you'll be off the road for some time until you have gone for some training before you come back.
Who's going to give you
but training? How? No, I mean the transport minister has come out more. I think it was on the 29th, Mr. Siama, and what he was saying is that he wants people, drivers who are driving 3.5 car tons, to go for training as well, and awareness, you know, for 6 months training.
But that training is there.
Yeah, that training is there, but then encourage them because most people don't do it. I tell you, we live in a country.
I think we should go to Ghana and see one of those trainings and see if it's effective.
You want to see the trainers themselves.
Exactly, because you can tell. I've been a bus driver in this country for 3 years. And I could tell you, every year I was sent to training.
So what the minister is saying is that he has advised, all vehicle operators to enroll their drivers in a 6 months training course to equip them with road usage directives. But
it's not being done.
Road usage, so it's a safety aspect, you know.
But it's all this stuff that we're saying is all fair and well. Because I've got a cousin that doesn't know how to drive, yes, and she's got a license. She lives here, she lives here. She went to Ghana. She needed a license to open a bank account or something, and she paid monies. My cousin is even.
Do you know this is serious? What you are saying? Because
then
I would advise your cousin to give that license back.
But she doesn't drive though. But the point I'm making.
But she has a license.
But she has, and this is what I'm saying. That she's got that license. So now if you're saying that they should go for this training, somebody can still go. Somebody can still go and said, oh, he'll pay somebody money and said, oh, this person has passed the test. So we need like people in place to make sure
we cannot ignore things like this due to the number of accidents that is happening in our country, whereby I know that even people here and a lot of people are guilty to that, particularly those in the Western world. That they go to Ghana and they know that they don't have licenses and they drive in there. Although they have licenses here, but the thing is, when you have Ghana license, you come here, you can't use it.
It depends.
And they say
it depends. You have to get permit.
Yes, you have to get permit. In many cases, they will tell you to go for.
No, you get international permit.
Yes, but they don't accept it anymore. Anyway,
they don't accept.
No.
Well, in here.
Yes, no, you can't use it anyway.
Can you not go to DVLA to get international permit where you can drive for 3 months?
I think you have to make that application from Ghana now.
Yeah, you can make the application from Ghana.
But if I'm going to
Ghana, here. There is still international driving permit.
I'll
take it before I go to Ghana.
Okay, before you go, people do these things? They just go, but they jump in a car, they don't have insurance, but they feel that, oh, we are a land of freedom, whereby this freedom is interpreted differently.
Yes.
Now, almost the people life are putting at risk.
I don't think I agree with you on that.
But
I think,
go on.
I don't agree with you on that because the idea is if you have a driving license here as part of the Commonwealth, you can drive in Ghana.
Yes.
You can. Yes, you can drive in Ghana.
But
however, when you are driving, do you make sure how many people go there and insure their vehicle?
Yeah, but let me come to that. So as long as that car is insured, maybe you don't need to have a personal insurance. There's two different things. Let me finish this because in the UK. If I'm a driver now, I've got my car insurance, and Beatrice got her car. As long as that car is insured and I've got full comprehensive, I can drive her car. But if
but I have to have insurance.
Yeah, but she needs to have that insurance on that car. So when you go to Europe, as long as that car is insured and you've got a driving license, you can drive. So when you
go to Europe, the insurance have to
no. As long as the car is insured. As long as the car is insured.
But what you're saying
is, we insured cars in Ghana, not the people. So as long as your car is insured in Ghana, you're okay. But this is what you need to understand: is make sure your car is insured.
That's it. I understand that, but in many cases, it doesn't have it.
I doubt that would be on the road.
No, but there are many cases on the road that don't have insurance.
Well, even in this country, even with all the police.
But you were talking about license. So long as you drive here, you see, we are talking about people that can't drive and have licenses. You see,
the thing is that we are putting people like
for years. No, because you're talking about. You see, when you've got a license here, that means you are fit to drive because you have to go, you have to do your manual test, you have to do your reading test. You understand me? In Ghana, I don't know what the processes are for them to get a license, but we're talking about people that don't even know what a road sign is, what a stop sign is. Somebody that can't even read, and when the person sees that there's a stop sign, they don't even know what it is. And the person is driving on the road. Those are the people that are a danger to the people that are in Ghana, not the people that have got licenses here that go to Ghana. I don't know whether you disagree with what I'm saying though.
I think I do agree slightly. Well, I do agree and disagree. I think I can come to, but if we were to tackle as to whether you can read, whether you can read or whether you cannot read to have a license, I think there will be a problem in that because we are not all of us are educated in Ghana as we are. I mean, if we take the whole population, I mean, maybe half cannot read. but I would say they're good drivers, but they can be educated in whatever dialect they speak, whether it's the tree or Ga or whatever.
But so, I'm not talking about just English. You know, they can do driving schools whereby they will be tree. They will be. So when I talk about education, I'm not talking about it being in English. I'm talking about it being in any dialect. You can read. But people read tree. No, sorry. But people read tree though. People read. You understand?
But there's no road signs in tree.
No, but what I'm saying is, if they say they put a stop sign, and then they say it in tree that this is what he identifies this, they understand it. So the person recognizes that if you got a red sign, but they explain it to you in tree. So when I say read, I didn't say read. I think
you got a good plan, and this is what hopefully the National Road and Safety Commission can pick up as educating people in our local dialect, not the English they write on. Don't drink and drive. You know, seatbelt will save your life. Who's gonna read that?
Even the funny thing is, that's what I was saying to him prior.
But do people actually take note of these things?
Is it if people are
road signs and things like that?
How many road signs do you see in Ghana?
That's the problem. You do see road signs in Accra Road, in Takoradi Road. You do see.
You do see some road signs.
You do see some road signs.
But people don't even know what you mean.
Statistics from the Motor Traffic and Transport Department of Ghana Police Service, indicates that road accidents in the country, is what increasing.
Yes.
You heard road accidents in 2018 over 2,341. Yes. Now, total vehicles involved in accidents, was what over 22,000. A dozen too much. Now, here persons killed, we are 2,341. Males, remember, involved in road accidents, it was about 1,796. A female, 545. So more likely, a mema is more likely to be, males are more likely to be.
I don't think that, I don't. But
statistics from which we can't change.
It's not relevant.
Commercial vehicles,
you're part of this.
But what they're trying to say is a risk in terms of risk. Say BB over here risk. Now risk factors. Therefore, what is causing this? A bit more helpful in terms of government advice. Maybe this could be alcohol influence or other factors that influence it.
In this country, they normally say women are safe drivers. You understand what I'm saying? So probably the stats might actually be on that
we do.
Now, maybe important area. So
because the insurance that is high. They say
but one thing, sorry, what you
say about Okada.
Can I hold on before we go to that? One thing is in this country, insurance are a big deterrent for me as a driver.
Young people.
But in Ghana, obviously, how much is insurance? Especially if my dad's got money. I can easily go and buy insurance. Yes? But when accidents happen, what do these insurance companies offer the victims? Because you have commercial drivers. As a commercial driver, as a passenger of a commercial driver, I've put my life in this driver's hand to take me to my house because I don't have a car. And whatever happens in Kentampo happens. What happens to the family left behind? What's the insurance?
What does it cover?
We could all say Ghana insurance policy doesn't work, but there is insurance, and no one is fighting for those people that needs those support.
This
because
is why
the owner will go out there and make a low claim and get compensation for his car, and the victims sit somewhere and suffer. So
this is why I just say programs like this. Programs like this to educate the community, also to help policymakers. Say these are some of the difficulties you're experiencing as a community. As citizens of the community, to say you be a bit more and changes because it is a government taking note on this good point. We'll make it easy and say who insurance will be called trotro and our call VIP and now I say no cotinema. Whose responsibility is a BB happy now? A chroma say who for transport now team na BBC you are covered. So at a set government making sure say ubia obakotena trotrom the trotro driver have insurance that cover you. So if the driver recklessly so akonom san wakoye there na BBC at least you are covered in terms of that
how does that person go on to make that claim? Insurance?
This is at the moment we are living in the country, insurance, eco car, and a driver, and a cover and say, Obi Okrana, or mine in such a way say a comprehensive, but when something happens,
you don't
even find them. In Ghana, yeah. When things happen, they just want to do your car for you, and they even negotiate. And then how they will do it. That's it. They don't. But this is something that here a change of policy. Oh, say as a country, you bet me I bring stability for all the people. It has been going on over the years, and this needs to change. Things like this is why we're doing programs like this.
That's inheriting bad culture then.
Yes.
Yeah. If I own an insurance company and one of my vehicles has been involved in a road accident and the car, listen, it's not road wealthy.
Yeah.
The car is not the car has overloaded.
Yes.
The car doesn't qualify for insurance.
Precisely.
So how many drivers in Ghana knows that? Because I can say 90% of all the commercial cars overload.
They don't. And when the police sees them too, they don't stop them.
They just take
don't stop them. They don't stop them. You see a car smoking with a lot of smoke coming out of it, and you see a bunch of people. Some of them will be hanging. You know, there's some of them that when some of them will be hanging.
I mean, those ones from Burkina are even mad.
Yes, some of them are hanging.
You know, they do the runabout and that's it. On the floor.
I mean, Mr. Dominic Mbang, I say all this boils to lack of national strong leadership, discipline, and monitoring on our roads. Also by our police. And equally, passengers should be able to intervene to stop any car if a driver is not driving well, or is found dozing. Order. But it's
a mandatory requirement in the law for the driver to rest. But who's policing that?
I mean, VIP crowd, but
the owner accepts that. So the owner should also accept some
responsibility on that as well.
If I'm an owner, I have to make sure you go to Accra maybe once a day or twice. But the owner is just at home waiting for my
demand and supply. And where they goes is that they may not have drivers as we are thinking, and then they taking risks, which is a bad risk.
But
and then placing people's life at risk.
Yes, which is
and this is why
the government accepts that.
That's
and
the
this
thing.
is where this is where we are having situation like parents happening because they taking risks, which is a very bad risk. And the government taking note on this, and also the community take note of this. Say who monitor. Say driver. Say Mr. Mbang say. The driver looked tired. The people have to say it. Driver, what am children? You don't feel that you are
so if you're in a car and the driver looks tired, you speak up and the driver will park up somewhere in the bush and you'll be attacked.
This is the problem. This is what the problem. Then really, we will come back to that. Kenneth Kwame Bedu says, please, out of this nonsense, growing staff called Okada. Yes, Onuna Mebe Basu Sesiano and Papa Smiley say, people take more passengers than legally allowed to take, and insurance is void in case of an accident. That's why between don't have any claim. So, just few minutes.
Okay, before you go, I was saying that if they find, when these accidents happen, if they find the owners of all these cars, big penalties, they would. Because the funny thing is, and then those monies can be used towards the families. Do you understand me? But if these are not implemented, and the owners still get away with it, because once you have a car, you've registered it, and it's registered it in your name. You've registered your organization.
Because of the time, Yes. They say it can be interesting stuff.
Yes.
Okada, motor vehicles, never Ghana.
Yes.
Because the number of motor riders who died on road accidents across Ghana increased from 200 cases in 2010 to over 1,000 incidents, in 2019. The National Road Safety Commission data indicates. And because they say most Ghanaians are saying Okada robberies involving motorbikes has increased across the country. Many unregistered vehicles these
motorbikes
almost found a big cry and share helmet because of time factor. What is the way forward around that, NS? Because they say normal. This is what
I'm saying. I'm a young person and I'm speaking for the young people. In terms of the Okada, there is no jobs in Ghana for people like me, for my age groups.
Before I sign over, Constitution, Ghana Constitution doesn't allow Okada to be used as a commercial vehicle.
Who made the constitution?
Well,
it can be amended, yeah? This is what I'm saying.
Yes.
So as long as there's that space.
But it's not amended. So they are all operating illegally.
Yes. Yeah. So at the moment, like a lot of things happen in Ghana illegally, even in this country. So this is where the parliamentarians will find the space in order to block those loopholes. That's the word. So yes, in terms of Okada, I think I'm a bit 50-50. Safety wise, obviously, I mean, motorbike is 100% scary.
Yes.
Is it happening anywhere in the world? I think our neighbors, Nigerians, obviously do it.
Even this country used to happen, and that is the reason why the police people, when they see young people on motorbikes, they will stop you. Because you know in this country, because I live in Hackney, and I remember when they see them driving around in all those mopeds and all those stuff, they stop them to make sure that you've registered it, and most of the time they steal it. So then, that is the inspection they have to do. Because if somebody is driving on the road and the person has that stuff, you check it to make sure that the person is, if it's not registered, you confiscate it.
Okay, so what? So going back to that, in terms of what I think of it, listen, is providing jobs for the young people.
Yes.
Safety wise,
but it's also killing them. And it's placing them their life at risk.
But we pay for VIPs to take us home. If we don't get home, it's still killing us. But we still get on VIPs. Yes? So motorbike is killing people. As long as the police, obviously, we know they're going to do what they're doing to the cars, which is, as long as there's no deterrent for whether you're a motorbike driver or vehicle driver or VIP driver, whether there's no deterrent to tell you if you break the law, we're gonna find you. We're gonna seize your bike, and we're gonna find you maybe 5,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
For people to start setting up, then obviously
motorbike
is because of time factor. Do you think a ban on the use of motor vehicles from 9 p.m. to 6 as part of government plans to crack down on crime will help or not?
Well,
say also. This is a very helpful.
Well, in any process, you look at the biggest contribution to that process. And if the government thinks using motorbike around that time is causing a lot of criminality. But I think the government is there to protect the community. And if the community don't feel safe, as these motorbikes should be around from 9 what time is it? 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Then
6 a.m.
Yeah, I'm sure that can be done. But is
that
the Okada or any motorbike?
Any motorbike.
Nah, then if I've got my private motorbike and I've gone somewhere.
How do you differentiate between Obi or Nam or say or Okada and I say you know?
But then Okada could be given a different registration.
But at the moment, the police are finding it difficult to deal with it. Beatrice, also.
I believe that restriction should be put in place, but you have to look at the age group of that person that is on that stuff. Because because you have to look at the age group.
Why?
Because if the person is a 60
a young person. Who motorbike?
With me, it has to be. It has to be because it has to be. Because if with me, I believe there has to be. I'm going to. No, I've got.
So in 1 minute, you know.
Yes.
Your analysis about that.
With me, with the Okada when it's late at night, with me because of the lighting and stuff in Ghana, I believe that it's not safe for them to be riding. And I'm talking about saving lives. I'm not talking about somebody that is doing it. We've got a helmet and stuff on. Not when you're just driving around and then you're misbehaving, cutting into cars. Do you think if you're an older person, your perception of driving is a bit more safer than a young person?
No, you
can disagree all you want. No, but you can disagree all you want.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it is better when you're older, you actually value your life. The younger ones, they just want to showboat.
But
you see them on a two-wheeler. No, I'm going to say, no. You said you're a bit down.
Go on.
Yeah. You see, the funny thing is they have a two-wheeler and then they're just trying to make noise. Because when I went to Adenta, sometimes you see them late at night. It's not that they're doing anything. It's like they're just making so much noise. Do you understand me?
Because road accident, a technical issue, over the years, also since independence, still any solution. But you straight Ukroman, you straight a buying individuals are more community leaders. Say, mun taking note, na mun joining hands. Na say cases like they happen to and Safwa Mwako any nuanum happen to omo mame any omo papa the see you know ns yema yako ya pa bebre. Now I hope say we project our a limit foundation supporting accident victims in Ghana no be successful. Na Ghanaians will take note. They will be looking for you. Is there a number of person Odija na say bibisa?
Well, so far we will be setting up our Facebook account and other social media accounts. So when that's ready, we will put it out there.
Thank you very much. Enti also no yebeda Beatrice Asante we the chair NDC North London yeda wase chapter. Now the koso no you say community leaders taking note, government taking note, Minister of Transport, any other agencies, stakeholders are involved in road accidents. Say no, I drew a crisis state. Now you say won't prioritize that as a country. Now you working together to who travel a car be enya. Mon report no police in AJ bribe. Mon try the video, mon try the photo. Na mon report no say ya be man no man so atimi aye. Uni lances a men ko road nko drive. Uni mobi obekoto lances. Mon report o mo to mo no. O mo yes ade and say be yi accidents ni sa no man nyina free. Eda masi bebre. Mon na ye. Good night. Yeda jobedu ase. Any sister da ko aso ase. Dan so ase for mo support any the technical work amoye wechire mo na moye the main things ewa ha yeda massive bebre. Thank you very much. Good night everyone. Yes. Good night. Yeda massive.
You know what I said, young people, you know when I went to Ghana recently